I'm Monica McCarthy with Coldwell Banker, and I'm here with Tim Brown of Tim Brown Photography. Thank you for joining me.
You're welcome.
Tim, tell me a little bit more about what you do. What's Tim Brown Photography?
Well, I've been here for 37 years. I pretty much do all aspects of professional photography.
Okay.
I specialize these days in wet plate collodion, which is tintype.
Okay.
So it's kind of a process from the 1800s.
Okay.
But pretty much I've been a full-service photographer my whole life.
Okay. So you've been in Salida for 37 years?
Yeah.
What brought you to Salida then?
I would say lifestyle, mountain lifestyle.
Yeah.
Sure. I love the outdoors. I'm very active and all that. Rivers brought me here at the beginning.
Okay.
And other than that, just, living in the mountains.
Gotcha. So did you decide to open your studio when you came here, or were you a photographer before you came here?
I was just a beginner for sure.
Okay.
I was like 21 years old, so I was right at the beginning of my career, and so I didn't have a studio or anything, but mostly I specialize in travel photography. So Salida was my base, but I would travel mostly for my jobs.
Okay. So tintype, what got you into that type of photography?
I just loved the look of it before I even knew what the technique was like. I thought it was a very beautiful, compelling portrait.
Mm-hmm.
And when I bought this studio 5 years ago, I wanted to do something that was unique and different for my openings. So I looked into what it takes to learn how to do this, which isn't that easy, and it took me a while to find a teacher.
Okay.
And then after I learned it, I just started doing it. And when I had my opening for my gallery and studio, I did a big show on the process and all that. And it really took off, so that's kind of the direction I'm heading in.
Yeah, I feel like the tintype photography is kind of iconic of Salida. I see your portraits all around town. So tell us a little bit more about it's from the 1800s, but how does it work? What exactly is it?
Well, it's a chemical process, of course, and long story short, they didn't have film yet or plastic, so they made negatives basically on tin, which is metal or glass, just one at a time. So pretty much you're in the darkroom, you're making a plate, it's called, sensitizing it using chemicals, and you use the old cameras to take the picture, expose, and then develop it back in the darkroom. And ultimately what you have is a plate made of glass or tin that has the portrait on it, and it's made of silver, and they're beautiful. They have a very unique look because of the old lenses and the handmade aspect, and they last hundreds of years, which is really neat too.
Oh, I didn't know that part. And so I know when everybody sees those old photos, everybody looks kind of, statuesque, but you've figured out a way to make it to where people don't have to sit there for a long time, right?
Yeah, well, it is. The exposures are typically long. I'm using different lighting now that enables me to have shorter exposures,
Cool.
2 or 3 seconds versus 8 to 10. Even though sometimes I do have longer exposures, but yes, to be still that long, most people, it's hard to smile, to hold a smile that long and look natural, and I love to do it. That pose is more traditional, so it's neat.
Yeah.
People just sort of relax and just look into the camera.
Yeah, that's really cool. Well, awesome. So what would your customers say they love the most about your business?
I think the tintype thing has really taken off for sure. It's new, it's very different, it's rare, not many people do it, so I've just gotten an amazing response from that. As a photographer my whole life, I've done a lot of work for everybody and all that, and it's exciting, but the tintype thing is very unique and different, so it's gotten a lot of attention. I would say that's where all the interest is these days.
And so I saw that you were doing pop-ups for it, and so what kind of new changes are you doing with your business these days?
Well, a couple things. One is the process. You have to have a darkroom with you to make it, so you can't just take the picture and develop it later. So the cool thing about a pop-up is I bring the whole lab with me wherever I'm doing it, and people get to see it develop right there, and it's a whole new set of challenges because it's a different environment, different humidity, lighting, all that. So, but it does enable me to do it anywhere. It's been working with historic hotels, mercantiles, events, and all that. So it's even weddings. I'm trying to do weddings.
Nice.
So it's pretty neat. Makes it so I can go on the road, and which opens up a whole new world for me for business as well as creativity.
So do you have any big travel plans with it, or?
I'm just starting the book, so right now I'm just staying within Colorado. I do have an opportunity right now to do a pop-up in Scotland, which is really exciting. So I'm working on that. But right now I'm just trying to make the tintype thing happen and keep it paying the bills and all that.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I think it's a really cool part of Salida. Do you have anything else to add about your business?
I'm selling my property where my gallery is and studio, and mostly I'm doing that because the tintype process has really grown, and I want to build a traditional tintype studio, which is basically using natural light, huge windows and glass roof to let light in, which is what they had back in the day. So I want to get back to not using artificial light, which is what they did, and to build a studio that will be able to use that and be even that much more of a cool experience to visit an authentic tintype studio. So
that sounds cool.
That's kind of my
stay
plans.
Tuned for when that happens. Well, awesome. Well, thank you, Tim, for speaking with us, and I will have all of his information at the bottom of this video, so you can contact him to book an appointment for your tintype photo. Thanks.